Welcome, everybody, to Future of Beauty Unfiltered. I am your host, Hannah Cook, Head of Growth and Innovation. And today I am so excited to be talking to the gorgeous Debbie Sleeman from Polished, all about being at a crossroads of teeth and beauty when it comes to dental whitening. Welcome, Debbie. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm really good, thank you. Really, really good. Thank you so much for having me. Super
Oh,
excited.
I'm so excited to talk about this today. So, I'm going to do a little bit of a bio and then we're just going to jump straight in. So, today we're actually talking all about Polished London. Now, Polished London was founded by Debbie and is on a mission to redefine the future of oral beauty. That's right, you heard me, people. Oral beauty. Formerly a teeth whitening therapist in London's Harley Street, Debbie sees the opportunity to shake up the oral care industry with safe, trusted, high quality products back in 2018. Debbie works with a team of UK dentists to create effective solutions that complement your beauty routine. In terms of what drives Debbie's passions, you say that giving people the confidence to smile again is such an incredible feeling. And I actually really want to talk about that. I think smiling is a really interesting thing for humans. Since day one, Polish London has taken the world of oral care by storm, and their products are now available in 12 countries worldwide, stocked by prestigious retailers such as Harrods, John Bell and Croydon, Emirates, Sephora, and many, many more. Welcome, Debbie. I cannot wait to talk about this today. So, firstly, thank you so much. Those products that you sent me, I absolutely adored. I was just saying, controversial opinion. It's not just teeth whitening that you've got. You've got probiotic breath drops. There's so many other things. Kind of the bamboo element with the brushes. There's so many lovely little touches that you've thought about when it comes to your brand. Oral care is a really interesting category, right? As it spans kind of both health as well as beauty. So, talk to me a little bit about kind of your experience. Is it one or the other that consumers kind of typically think about when it comes to teeth whitening? Like where did polished come from?
So Polished, so kind of what from the very beginning of my journey. So Polished London, I'm from the beauty industry originally. So I've been in the industry now for over 20 years. I've worked for big companies and I absolutely, still to this day, love beauty. I love everything about it. And what happened was it was before 2018 that I actually trained in Harley Street as a teeth whitening technician. And ended up working in Harley Street as well alongside a dental professor. And lots of my clients were saying to me, Debbie, I love my new white teeth that you've given me. Can I have a product now to maintain my teeth whitening results? We're a bit like going to a salon. You have a lovely facial, you get recommended products, to maintain the results really. And I really struggled back then to find anything that I really liked, that I really liked and trusted, that kind of fitted beauty. There was a gap in the market. So me loving beauty, I felt that there was no real products out there that looked beautiful in the bathroom, on your dressing table, but had really good high quality ingredients that I could recommend. Well, I couldn't find anything. I didn't like anything that I could actually recommend, and everything that I tried gave me sensitivity. So I was a bit like, well, there's a gap in the market here for the kind of my vision that I've got. So we kind of created the brand from then. So 2018 is when we launched Polish London, and we've gone from strength to strength now from that. But originally, I suppose a lot of people, they're really interested in teeth whitening. So teeth whitening is always bigger. So everyone wants white teeth, gorgeous white smile. It's smile confidence is a big thing. But when you
Yeah.
actually talk to people and you say, there's other areas, so we really focus on the healthy side of it, as well as whitening your teeth. And you start going into kind of oral health and oral care. People are really interested by that because they've never really thought about it. They always think, okay, I always just thought I wanted, to get really, really white teeth. So when I explain some of our ingredients and some of our products, they just get people thinking other than kind of just teeth whitening, which is quite interesting.
Talk to me about those products then, actually. Tell me about that kind of discussion that you have with people when it comes to whitening and dental care then.
So, for example, we launched the world's first hyaluronic teeth whitening powder in October, which is really, really exciting, absolutely gorgeous product. And for
I
me,
love it. It's beautiful. It really is. It's amazing.
and the packaging and everything, isn't it? It's so, it's so important for me that as soon as you receive that product, that every single touch point, as you say, has really been thought about. So from opening the box to the packaging to the actual taste, the experience of the product to the results, we're a very results driven brand. And so yeah, really, really important. But for example, the world's first hyaluronic teeth whitening powder. So my background is beauty, as I said before, which I absolutely love. I follow everything in beauty and I looked to beauty really for my innovation. So I think, big ingredients that are trending in beauty. I think, how can we shake up the oral care industry? How can we make it a bit more interesting? And hyaluronic is a massive, massive ingredient that gives great results for skincare. So, it hydrates, it moisturizes. So I work with a team in the UK with a lab, and they're a team of dentists, and they are so innovative as much as I am. So I have him on WhatsApp, and I think of these crazy ideas sometimes at 11 p.m. and I'm like, I've got this idea. Can this work? And then he'll be like, let me have a little try around. And actually, half the, all of the stuff that we come up with is all about innovation and bringing results that's completely different in the industry. The hyaluronic, for example, is hydration. It's a moisturizer for skincare. It's going to do exactly the same thing for your mouth. So your gums, hydrate them, with the hyaluronic. We've got vitamins in there, which is going to act as an antioxidant for your mouth. Lots of nourishing ingredients as well. But we're always peroxide free. So because our products are designed to be used at home, we don't want to be including any ingredients that can give you a harsh result or anything like that. So everybody can use our products and enjoy them, including if you've got sensitive teeth as well, which is really important.
It's really interesting because hyaluronic acid, for me, when I think about it, like teeth is obviously the enamel of teeth and kind of the actual structural integrity of teeth. It's not as you just think of it as like a one-way thing, right? Teeth is just it's a barrier. It's just there. It's not quite bone, but it's like a brick wall and it's there. And actually, you don't need to put stuff back into it. What you need to do is stop stuff from eroding it. Mentally, how I've kind of been taught about how teeth work, that's what I would think about. But I'm guessing that's actually not the case then.
Yeah, so it's not just the teeth, it's actually the gums. So you've got inside your mouth, so it's the whole mouth. So you've got the tissues in your mouth, you've got the tongue, you've got the gums, tissues in your mouth. So it's not just necessarily teeth. So again, it's kind of everyone thinking actually the whole oral health of the mouth as well. So the hyaluronic is more for gum health. And then we've obviously got the whitening ingredient to whiten teeth as well. So health and whitening is a big thing. So I always say, we're an oral beauty brand. You're going to get white teeth, but also the healthy way, because we like to pack our formulas full of like really rich kind of ingredients that's going to give you a healthy result as well, rather than just a whitening focus, which is important. And it is interesting, the different ingredients that we can incorporate just to give that extra, healthy results. Because as we age, so does our mouth. So beauty is a big thing, isn't it? We unfortunately, everything ages and so does our mouth. So our teeth move, our gums aren't as healthy as what they were. So it's really important actually to follow a really good oral care routine daily.
Why do you think so many people are striving for that beautiful white smile?
I think obviously social media is a massive thing, massive part of that. You also have, reality TV shows that go into certain houses looking absolutely perfect, the perfect smile, perfect body. So I think there's a lot of pressure on that as well. And it's also, it's a universal language. Smiling is one thing that we have in common with everybody. If you give somebody a warm, friendly smile, you instantly feel at ease, you feel relaxed. So I think, it can portray confidence, but so many people, so I read all of our reviews, I answer to every single review that our customer leaves us, which I think is really, really important. But so many people say, I can actually feel confident to smile now. And you kind of think, wow, that's powerful, really, because it must be horrible to not feel confident to smile or to hide your smile behind your hand or anything like that. So
yeah, there's a lot of people. I mean, I'm really lucky that I've never really had to. I've always been a really smiley person. It's never been something that I've really thought about, and I know that's because I've naturally got fairly straight teeth.
yeah.
But there are lots of people I know that actually will choose to smile awkwardly with their mouth closed or whatever. And you're absolutely right. It does look at times disingenuine. People kind of sit there and aren't quite sure about what's going on. And a lot of the time, actually, socially with people's behavior, when they aren't smiling or doing whatever, it doesn't always indicate that it's something you've done. But like you say, smiling is a universal language. And I think that's something that connects us all really. And also I think that it really allows people to truly shine. When someone's really joyful because that mouth is open, they're laughing, their teeth are out.
That is there. It's the best feeling ever.
Yeah, it really is. So there's a lot of whitening products
Yeah.
out there. There's a lot of different services. What's your advice to consumers to know which products actually really deliver the visible yet safe results versus being kind of sold a lovely dream and chasing kind of the superficial side, should we say, of teeth whitening.
Yeah, and I think kind of just touching on that. So I think the teeth whitening industry as a whole has always had a bad reputation. Online teeth whitening, it's always been a little bit like very gimmicky, and it still is now. It's always been like that, very gimmicky, kind of false promises, great marketing. And I think you have to be really careful not to fall into that dream, as you say, Hannah, like, falling into that dream. But I just think realistically, like everything takes the time. You're never going to get a white smile in 2 minutes. So people are saying white teeth in 2 minutes, it's a gradual thing, But I think, just looking at the brand, doing your research on the brand, if they're saying they're clinically proven, are they? Are they backing it up? Where are they stocked? Reading ingredients is a massive thing. Do your research. If a company is saying something, just have a look at the packaging, have a look on the website. They'll always have ingredients listed, what's actually in the product, and then do lots of research in that ingredient list to kind of make sure you're happy with what's actually in that formula, because what you're putting in your mouth is obviously really important. So you do need to do research to make sure that you're not using any, especially if you've got sensitive teeth. If you've got sensitive teeth, you have to be extra cautious because you don't want to aggravate that and make it worse. So things like hydrogen peroxides, there's a certain level you are allowed to use in the UK, but anything over that is actually illegal. So you've got to be really careful where you're buying the products from. Make sure that it's a reputable brand, and yeah, definitely check the ingredients list as well.
It's really, really difficult because, there's loads, as a consumer or just a person in general, it's overwhelming now with the amount of products. And, I can sit there and read the back of a pack, right? And I can go, oh, yeah, I found ingredients familiar. Like, oh, hyaluronic acid's in there. That's interesting. Well, I know that's a good thing. So that's it. Like, so you can read those kind of key ingredients that validate some of your thought process that come actually from other categories in your wider knowledge. But it's a minefield, particularly in dental, because there are so many things in there. Like, what things should you be looking for? Like, talk to me about the ingredients of your product. So you have your powders, you have your pap strips, you've got pens. There's so many different routes. There must be core ingredients within that. Like, tell me a little bit about that and why they're the things people should be looking for.
I mean, for us, first of all, so Polish On is a UK made brand, apart from one of our products, but everything is made in the UK. So you're getting quality, high premium ingredients, and we're trusted because we are so stringent in terms of kind of legal. Everything in beauty has to be go through all of your testing and things like that, and product development. So we're really strict in the UK. So that is the biggest thing for us. We're a trusted brand. We work with ingredients made in the UK, and I think at least then being trusted, knowing that actually what you put in your mouth you can trust. So that's really, really important. So definitely looking on the back of packaging, where's the product's made? If it's made in the UK, you are safe there really. But things like hydrogen peroxide, carbamide peroxide, they're all obviously they could cause sensitivity if they're over a certain percent. So you're only legally allowed to buy over-the-counter teeth whitening products with a 0.1% of hydrogen peroxide or carbamide peroxide. Anything above that is actually illegal unless you're getting it by your dentist. You're getting it by the dentist at 6%, but anything over that again is illegal. So you have to be really like a minefield, really, as you say. In our products in particular, so we have certain ingredients. So we use natural ingredients, so the flavours are all naturally derived. We use PAP, which is our clinically proven whitening ingredient. It's a much more kind of nicer, clinically proven actually whitening ingredient without going down the road of peroxide. So you're still going to get a great result without the need of using hydrogen peroxide in the products. We have ingredients like hydroxyapatite, which is also infused in our products, which helps to remineralize the surface of the teeth as well, which is really, really important. We have papain in there, which helps to polish the teeth enamel. We also just launched the prebiotic breath drops, which is absolutely an incredible product. It's something I actually thought about in lockdown. I really wanted to create kind of a breath freshener, but giving our customers a unique experience. So there's lots of breath sprays out there. And I just thought I really want to create something unique. So we've got the breath drops. It's in a droplet bottle and it's got the prebiotic in there. So you just need a couple of drops in your mouth. So morning and at night time. So while you're doing your skincare, because Polished On, it's all about your smile care, your beauty routine, and just put a couple of drops in your mouth, and it helps to support a healthy microbiome. So it helps to balance, neutralize the bad breath in your mouth, and just kind of support a healthy microbiome so everything's nice and fresh, nice and healthy. And it's also got vitamin E in there as well, so you've got your antioxidants as well, and they taste amazing.
They
really
do.
but also out and about. So if you've had a coffee with friends, keep them in your handbag, a couple of drops in your mouth, just to keep that kind of freshness in your mouth as well. It's healthy. Because again, we're all about healthy products that give results as well.
I love the breath drops. Like I said before we started recording, controversial opinion. but my favorite product so far is the breath drops. What I noticed actually was my tongue got pinker, which I know sounds crazy, but I would kind of be using it and I was like, what's going on? And not in like a bad way, as in a healthy way. It just, the inside of my mouth just looked and felt healthier. So for me, it wasn't, because it's a beautiful apple and mint flavor, I think, if I remember correctly. It's quite sweet. It's lovely. It's very, you kind of, and I remember at first opening it and thinking, oh, what do we do with this?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. It was definitely that moment of, okay, let's go for the first moment. What do I expect? And it just, there were lots of like pleasantly surprised kind of aha moments of quite like that. That's quite nice. And persevering with it to then start to go, I'm noticing that things here are feeling a little bit different. Like, and I think that's a really nice experience. I think sometimes with most dental products, they're quite intense.
Yes, very clinical, very intense. But as you say, you kind of hit with the flavors, aren't you? So you're first of all hit with that really nice apple flavor, which is really refreshing and zingy. And then it gives you that kind of mint flavor afterwards, which again is a really nice mint. So it's not an overpowering strong mint where you're like, oh my God, my mouth's on fire. It's just a nice balance. So yeah, really, really proud of that formula. It's lovely. The feedback
Yeah,
has been amazing.
I'm not surprised. Like, I think the thing I've really enjoyed the most about Polished London is, and actually I think this is a good thing, is it's so subtle. With dental products, I've tried so many different types of products, and they're just not subtle experiences. It's always feeling quite extreme. I have sensitive teeth. I use lots of sensitive products. But even then, when I want to kind of whiten my teeth or whatever, it doesn't feel like a subtle process. Even the taste and even kind of the powders, everything was just a nice, enjoyable experience. And I think that for me was a real differentiator and kind of and allows this brand to be really distinct. Let's talk a little bit about kind of the differences between some of the different markets. So, like I spoke about before we came on the call, the US is kind of like the Wild West when it comes to regulations and formulations in comparison to the UK and Europe, right? It's a far more tightly regulated space here. In
Yeah.
the US, it's a lot more advanced when it comes to whitening. That advance doesn't necessarily always mean in innovation, but in strength of
Yes.
product. And so the expectation a lot of the time is that US products are better. Right, wrong, we can debate that until the cows come home. But where do you see some similarities versus differences between kind of the different products in the market?
I mean, in terms of the US, as you say, it's not regulated. So teeth whitening is not regulated. So you can buy teeth whitening products in the supermarket and it can have 35% peroxide in there. And there's
Oh
some
my God.
actually out there that's really popular. They contain 35% peroxide. So you're going to get a result, but it's not sustainable. And if you haven't got sensitive teeth and you regularly use those teeth whitening strips, for example, you could really get a problem. And, that could be a permanent sensitivity on your teeth, which no one wants. So great, give them results fast. But in terms of kind of sustainability and healthy, you don't want to be stripping the enamel with peroxide-based products. So yeah, there's, out there teeth whitening. Crazy, really.
It's catch 22 as well, because the thinner your enamel gets, the more yellow your teeth become, which is the crazy part that so many people don't know, because obviously kind of the inner part of our teeth isn't white. It is actually kind of more of a yellowy browny substance, the softer part, the sensitive part within our teeth. And it's the whiter part of the enamel that really keeps it fresh. So it is that analogy of I kind of see my teeth like bricks on the
Yeah.
outer, and actually you've got to protect that outer part more than anything, because the closer, because you do end up in this really weird cycle otherwise. What kind of trends and technologies and formats do you think are kind of coming into the UK that maybe have been in other markets from a dental perspective?
The big trend is PAP. So PAP seems to be the kind of the number I can't speak now, the number one kind of peroxide-free ingredient that's in most teeth whitening products now. A lot of brands are using that PAP, but it depends on the strength of the PAP. So you need a high strength concentration of the PAP for it to actually work. So for example, we have PAP in our teeth whitening products. We like our teeth whitening gel. It contains 18% product PAP, which is the concentration of that. So it's the highest you can get, and we have that in there. And it depends. So other brands might be using 2%. So you're not going to get a great result. So yes, they might be using PAP, but actually what strength is that? You do need it to be a high strength, but because it is a softer, it's not a peroxide-based form, you're not going to get the sensitivity. So I think PAP is a big one. But I think people are kind of really, they are taking note into their oral care routines now. Like I think there is a shift in oral care. It's always been a bit bland, unsexy, kind of sitting there, more boring packaging, whereas I think it's getting a bit more interesting. But again, it's still quite gimmicky. So we're trying to kind of say, this is Polished London. We are a results-driven brand, the healthy way to give results, but give a nice experience as well, which I think is.
For any of our listeners that don't know what PAP is, because PAP, I get so frustrated with acronyms and words and phrases that are just thrown on packaging, and you just assume that people understand what they are, right? What is PAP?
So it's a synthetic ingredient that basically whitens your teeth. So it's not like a hydrogen peroxide, which is quite, what's the word? Quite bright, like harsh on the teeth. So this is more of a natural ingredient. It's going to gently whiten your teeth. So it's gentle, great to use at home because you don't want to be using high quality like peroxide-based formulas at home to get sensitivity. So yeah, that's kind of PAP really. So it's a really gentle whitening agent that comes in different strengths, but 18% is really the highest to naturally whiten your teeth.
Is that just for what's allowed in the UK, or just because that's actually formulation wise kind of the highest dose you can use it at?
That's probably kind of the highest dose really that is recommended for a really good result. So that's kind of we work really closely with the UK lab. So if we could go higher, we would. But he's kind of saying that is the kind of level really to give you a really good result. It's been clinically proven as well. So it's really, all of our products are clinically proven, and that is what is the recommended kind of percentage really to give our customers a result the healthy way.
Where do you see kind of the biggest growth opportunities then? So obviously you've already brought innovation into your brand when it comes to kind of the probiotic piece, and microbiome is something that everybody is thinking about. You hear all these words, probiotic, prebiotic, all these other elements. We've spoken about it so much on the podcast, but I've never actually thought about it for my mouth, which is very silly because I've had these conversations. We know there are active enzymes, but again, it's just one of those things when it's not front of mind. I think there's certain parts of your body in your life that you just use and abuse. Your feet being one.
Yeah.
Very few people actively look after their feet. I would say your hands.
Yeah,
You're a little bit better than looking at after your hands than your feet, but again, you just take them for granted. And your mouth. Your mouth is something you're constantly using it. Why do you think that is that people just, we know we have to brush our teeth twice a day, right? But that's kind of the level of thought it goes into. There are people that are obviously obsessed about dental hygiene, and some people might floss, some people get the water flossers, some people get this, some people get that. In your time as kind of working in the dental industry, like, why do you think that is?
Do you think it's kind of just something that we have to do every day and it's not fun? So it's kind of always been the same. It hasn't changed. So there's not a lot of kind of exciting things in oral care to make it exciting. So do you think that's probably something to do with it? So for example, when you do your skincare, you've got so many different products to choose from, lovely cleansers, lovely moisturizers. But I suppose when it comes to oral care, there's not a great selection to make it interesting. So is it just a case of, get up, brush your teeth? It's that same routine every day. It's not that fun. It's just something that we do. I feel like people are becoming more educated and people are more interested in this kind of thing. Yeah.
What do your customers think? Like, what do your customers love about the brand? You said you're always engaging with them. What do they say?
Well, they love the experience. They love that we are obviously made in the UK. They trust us. They love the innovation as well, which I think is really important. And I think, they really do love that we are, we don't overpromise anything. Everything is a gradual thing. So you can't, as I said before, use a product to get instant results in 2 minutes. But that is a difficult one because people expect that sometimes because they're seeing it online, kind of white teeth in 2 minutes. People are like, how long does it take to get a result? And they want a result instantly. but it's not just about teeth whitening results, it's about the health of your mouth as well. So, consistency is key with everything. So, consistency, gradual teeth whitening results is what we really kind of preach, really. Rather
There's
than,
a, we talk a lot about habit stacking
yeah,
here. I'm a big fan of habit stacking. Habit stacking can actually work both ways, in a positive or negative way. And if we think about kind of where the skincare space has gone, they've really done a great job at integrating habit stacking into that process, and it becomes that period of self-care. And more and more brands, more and more people are kind of flying the flag around SPF and
yeah,
how that needs to be a part of your routine. You stand at the sink and you wash your face, you do all of your process, and then you finish with SPF. And the teeth part, you either kind of, it's for me with teeth, it's kind of either start it before you process or at the end of your process, but it's just one stage. And actually getting people to think about kind of their dental care in the same way as their skincare, it could really change how people feel. Because I think, I mean, I don't get bad breath that often, to be honest, but you do sit there and you're aware of it. Do you know what I mean? When anybody feels like everything, and it's really off-putting, it really is something that if you struggle in this area, it can really kind of knock your confidence. And obviously, these products are beautifully subtle, but they're effective. And I think that's the thing. A lot of the time, when people do have potentially kind of slightly more problems in this area with bad breath or whatever it may be, dental issues, obviously you need to be going and seeing a dentist, and you need to be going to see a specialist and making sure that there aren't any bigger fundamental health issues that are causing those problems. But I think there's this expectation of you constantly have to have, like, when someone's just had a fresh airways gum, it's the kind of eucalyptus menthol, it just hits you like a brick wall. There's this really weird expectation that that's how it should always be. And I don't think that's the case. I mean, where in your journey of kind of, you've been doing this for a few years now and obviously worked in the industry, like, what are your personal views about just this whole area when it comes to dental hygiene?
So when I kind of talk to people, so I go into stores, for example, I go into Harrods and I talk to the customers and I'm talking about the products. And when I try and explain the products, a lot of people, or a lot of our customers are very beauty, they love beauty. So I love beauty. A lot of our customers are really interested in beauty, understand the ingredients, they understand the beauty routines. So when I explain kind of some of the products and how to use them, and I try and kind of talk to them as if it's a beauty product and they understand it then. So for example, we've got the Rejuvenating Tooth Serum. So it's a serum that you paint onto your teeth. It's in a pen format, but it's got your fluoride in there. It's got hydroxyapatite, it's got minerals, it's got vitamins, and that's going to remineralize your teeth. So when you're doing your skincare again, put the serum onto your teeth before you go to bed. Have your breath drop, put a couple of drops in your mouth, So it is part of your beauty routine. Smile care isn't thought of, but I feel like we're trying to pave the way and say, smile care is a thing because we've got skincare, we have hair care. Smile care is equally a thing, which I think is really interesting. And and as well, when you were saying earlier about that you've tried products in the past and they've been a bit uncomfortable, or they've kind of that feeling of wow. I always think as well, if you was to use a skincare product and it gave you a reaction or it gave you redness or it burnt your skin, you would never use it again. So smile care products, you should never feel anything at all. It should just be a nice, comfortable experience. I know you said that you had a nice, comfortable experience using our products, and that's how it should be. So you should never experience anything negative using anything. For example, mouthwashes, if they contain alcohol, they will burn your mouth. That's not a good thing. But a lot of people think, oh, I thought that burning was good because it was killing the bacteria and killing, all the bad breath and things like that. And actually, alcohol is really dehydrating on the mouth. It's not a good ingredient to be using in your mouth every day. So really, really important. And people don't realise that. So it's just that education. It's interesting. It is really
I
interesting.
mean, listening to you talk, it's hitting even harder that what you're trying to do is completely change how effectively the world thinks about a category here.
Yeah.
That's a big old task. Like, what, as a brand and a business, like, what are your values to want to do that? Like, the beauty element makes complete sense, but there's so many more things that you're saying that are so much bigger than beauty.
Yeah. And more than teeth whitening as well. It's, yeah.
Like, what is it that motivates you to do that? Where has that come from?
I just see that we can make it like we have great innovation. I mean, the products that we're bringing out soon are they don't exist. And I
Oh,
just
I can't wait to see them.
so excited. And I just love innovation. I love product development side of the business. I love beauty, as I said. And I just think the oral care industry is so boring and bland that actually we are really here to shake it up and just to with really great ingredients, beauty inspired, because it doesn't have to be so straight, like it doesn't have to be the same thing all the time. Why can't we innovate? I mean, why can we not innovate the dental sector? And I think sometimes people get so kind of, oh, you can't, this ingredient won't do that for this. And have fun with ingredients. Like we wouldn't be able to create products if we couldn't, we work with the UK lab. They are scientists, they are dentists, all the ingredients are clinically proven. So, if we are looking into beauty, we are adding ingredients into the beauty, into our products, let us do that. But sometimes dentists don't like it because they're like, oh no, you shouldn't be doing this or you shouldn't be doing that. I should just have fun with the product, the ingredients. It doesn't have to be so boring. Um,
Yeah.
Hyaluronic is great, all of these ingredients. But what we're doing, what's coming soon actually, there's a massive ingredient in beauty at the moment. And I've spoken to the lab about it, and I was like, can we use this for this product? Because we want to stand out. We don't want to blend in with anyone. So there's a lot of our products, and brands come up all the time, and then you find that they're all doing this. We've got the same products, obviously different ingredients, but similar. So it's like, how can we make this product now really different and stand out? What can we do to change it all around to the packaging, the ingredients, all of that stuff? And yeah, great things are coming, and I can't wait for it. And the good thing is, everybody is kind of, I suppose, what's the word? They're hearing about these certain ingredients in beauty, so they're kind of educated on them ingredients. They're just not educated to go, well, how does that work for my mouth then? Like, what does that do? But not everything is always for the teeth. It could be for, the mouth area as well. So not
Yeah.
just, for example, the hyaluronic isn't going to whiten your teeth, but it's for gum health and the health of your mouth. So a lot of people kind of think, well, hyaluronic's not going to whiten my teeth, but no, it's not. We're not saying that. So it's just that education, I think, is really
I
important.
think you're a wizard, Debbie. That's what I think. I think that I love the way that you're thinking about it, and the fact that, the day that in skincare they decided to split out all the ingredients was a marketer's dream. We all know this. Everyone I speak to is like, whoever came up with that idea, thank you very much. Fabulous. Excellent.
Love that.
But like what you're doing is taking what consumers already educated to go right, I can put that in that box. So
Yeah,
you don't have to re-educate them on the power of that ingredient. What you then have to re-educate them in is the opportunity
yeah,
to use it in a different way. And I love, love, love that way of thinking, because that is true innovation. You're not innovating for innovating's sake. You're going, it's already there. You're just not using it for everything,
well,
because
I'm staying in my own lane. So my lane is beauty. I'm not a dentist. I don't claim to be a dentist. We work with people that are dentists. They make our products for us, work very closely with me, but I am beauty and I'm true to myself. Like I absolutely love beauty. It's my background. I've always been in that industry. So I am true to that. So, we're an oral beauty brand, really. Um,
there's so many things that I can't wait to see. You're gonna have to tell me when we stop recording what's next. So, what's next for Polly?
Yeah. So what's next for Polish London? So we've got two new products launching in August, which are really, really lovely. So again, every single touch point is really thought out, from the packaging to the experience of the product, but also the results as well. The taste, the results, just everything. What's coming in August is stunning. So that's really exciting. And then we are actually looking at oral beauty products. So products that complement the smile. So for example, I'm in touch with a lab at the moment, and we are looking into smile care products for the lips. So we've got two new products launching this year, which is for the lips. So, it complements the smile. So we're lovely white teeth, lovely white smile. So yeah, because we say we're an oral beauty brand, but we haven't actually got any beauty products. So, and we can't go into a big, skincare brand. We look a little bit funny because we are all about the smile. So yeah, we're
Mm.
launching lip products this year as well, which are stunning. They're really, really amazing. Again, results driven, great ingredients, good results. I can't wait for those as well. And then next year we have a Well's first product launching in February. Very excited about that. So
Wow. Busy, busy
time.
times. That's
So yeah,
amazing. I mean, I just to go back, guys, if you have not looked at the Polished London products, Please go and do it. Mine actually is now like since your products have arrived, it's made me totally think about how I organize my bathroom differently. And I
Um,
now enjoy, I used to hide all these silly tubes and they just drove me nuts. And I just love your little, I'm going to call it a powder pod
I
because
love
I don't know how else to refer to it. But I love having the powder pod or the powder pebble, whatever you want to call it. It's just, it feels like it's a bit of decor and I can see already and hear that was absolutely your intention
absolutely.
in
You say people hide their products in the cupboard because they're not attractive. Whereas now you can have, because aesthetics is so people love nice products, but also they can sit nicely on your dressing table with your skincare. They are the packaging is lovely, isn't it? It really is. That's really
yeah
important for us.
even the feel of the packaging, it's got that real sense of just all of it. They'd make stunning gifts. They would just, there's so many things about them where they're incredibly versatile. I have loved talking to you. I could actually talk to you for another hour about this. But I am trying to be really strict on keeping my time short because I get told off.
Yeah.
Um, so if you could give one piece of advice
Yeah.
to marketers and people listening today on the journey that you've been through, what would that be?
I think be unique. Like it's difficult. If you're going to do something, kind of, how can you stand out in a crowded market? Because a lot of markets are very crowded now. How can you create something to stand out and stick to that? Because it's very easy to kind of sway and you get led by other people or other people's opinions. But if you have that vision, I think definitely kind of go with that and stay true to your own values. I think is really, really important. And just build a trusted brand. Be trusted, be genuine in what you're actually saying. Don't just say something for the sake of it. Like be genuine about what you're saying, and that message will relate outward.
Mm. That's
Definitely.
amazing. You are such a little rock star. It's just been so great talking to you today. Thank you so,
I know.
so much. Guys, seriously, if you have not checked out Polish London yet, please do. I am being wholeheartedly genuine when I say I'm loving this brand and I will be definitely following its journey. Thank you so much, Debbie, for your time today. You've been so insightful and it's making me think about the dental industry completely differently already. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Um, guys, we really hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have any questions, as always, please email podcast@thepoolagency.co.uk and we'll see you next time.